What up everybody, Maryam here and welcome back to another episode of FAVES X Fails for the month of May, featuring all of my favorite products for the month and also some products that did not work for me, aka fails. I will be talking about all of these products in detail, also applying them to my face to show you rather than tell you what this is all about. As always, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos. I'm doing these FAVES X Fails videos once a month now so that you can have a sort of cheat sheet to all the best and worst products that are current and new, so that way you are well informed. And with that said, let's get into this video. FAVES X Fails for the month of May. Did your faves make the cut? Okay, first things first, powder. Can you guys guess what is my favorite powder for the month? Yeah, it is Flower Power from Beauty Bakerie. And by Flower Power, I actually meant flower powder. But you get it. So this is a product that I just recently discovered, but I've known about it for a long time. And I featured it in my previous video, Full Face of Makeup using only Black-owned makeup brands. Check it out up here. So although this is a very new product for me, it's a product that I liked immediately, and I could tell almost off the bat that this was a good product and that it would quickly become my favorite. Why? Because the powder is microfine, blends into the skin seamlessly, helps my skin appear more flawless in terms of texture, more poreless, and I really like it for the powder under foundation method. Also, this powder is fairly inexpensive at $24. It's vegan, cruelty-free, oil absorbing, has that nice HD feature, which is why it blurs out the pores so well. I am a fan. I haven't actually yet tried it for its intended purpose, which is for baking, aka setting your foundation. But you know what? Right now it's the summertime. I really don't feel like baking. Haven't had the need for it, but I heard from a lot of you guys that it is absolutely fantastical for that purpose. And I am very excited to have an actual setting powder in my favorites this month. I'm gonna set that real quick. So refreshing. Nothing new, just my MAC Fix Plus. And now I'm ready for the primer. So for my primer this month, I'm really liking the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pore Banishing Blurring Face Primer. This product is really good. I feel like it does a pretty good job at smoothing out your texture even further. So for someone like me who suffers from acne breakouts and enlarged pores plus oily skin, these types of products are really beneficial. So I'm always looking for the types of skin products that can even out my texture, that can make my skin surface a little bit more flawless. And I've also really been liking the process of blending out my primers with an actual brush rather than with my fingers. There's just something very satisfying about that. All right, moving on to a product that I didn't love this month, and we're still sticking to the powder, the primer category. Well, I talked about Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer. Like, unfortunately, I gotta bring up the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pore Blurring and Mattifying Face Powder. This one, although looks very cute, has a great little compact, very cute packaging with the little heart-shaped applicator. The product, to me, was kind of just meh and a bit of womp womp. Point is, it didn't really do anything for my skin texture. Again, for someone like me who's looking for perfecting products, this in fact did the opposite of perfecting. I actually found it to be pore enhancing rather than pore blurring. I tried it a couple different ways and I could not get it to work. Let me know if you guys have experienced anything similar. I looked at some of the reviews and I did notice that some of the oilier skin people were saying the same thing. So maybe this just is not meant for oily skin, but then again, oily skin and pores go hand in hand. Don't really know too many people with dry skin who have enlarged pores. To me, this product just doesn't really make sense. All right, for my foundation today, I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation that you guys already know I love. This is a great product. It's not new, but today I kind of just want to give myself a really fresh, dewy, not super foundation looking skin finish. So I'm just gonna quickly blend this out. I hate when I do my hair before I actually do my makeup. I do this for my videos, but I never actually do this in real life. It's always hard for me to blend out my foundation when I get to my hairline. Baby hairs are already somewhat laid, and what am I supposed to do now? Just go around the baby hairs? All right, for my concealer today, I'm gonna use a product that I am just a little bit conflicted about. I actually really like the product, but the problem is, well, I'm just gonna say it and I'm just gonna show you. This is the shade range that we're working with for these ERBORIAN BB crayons. I love this product. I used it in a couple of my previous videos, but unfortunately, there's only 4 shades and they're not evenly distributed. The darkest shade, which is caramel, is basically my shade if I got a 5-minute tan outside. And the shade that I'm currently using is Doré, which is my usual shade in ERBORIAN CC cream and their BB cream. Now, I get it. ERBORIAN is a French/Korean makeup brand that is very popular in Korea. However, ERBORIAN is also really, really popular around the world. And the products are actually really, really good, but why can't everyone have access to these shades? Why can't everyone use them? That's a problem to me. And although I love this brand, I gotta call it out. I've talked about it before and I'm gonna continue talking about it. I'll say it again for those in the back. Shade range is important. Love you, ERBORIAN, but you gotta do better. The reason why I picked up those crayons is because I really wanted my skin to look like it doesn't have any products on, and I felt like that BB crayon is that type of concealer where it really blends into your skin. It makes it look like your skin but perfected. These two products together are a good match formula-wise. Okay, I'm gonna set my under eye with my Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. Not a new product, an old tried and tested product that I've been loving. Just gonna set this area here and also brighten it a pinch. So right here between my brows. The next product that is in my faves this month is this NARS Laguna Bronzer. This actually has gotten a lot of love out of me because it's a really beautiful semi-shimmery bronzer, and the shade Laguna is just the perfect shade of tan that really truly looks sun-kissed, believable, and very pretty. Now this shade works really well for my skin tone, but they have 3 more bronzers, one for the very fair, one for the tan, and one for the deeper complexions. So I feel like those bronzers are a little bit more evenly spread out, and they really do cover a much wider variety of skin shades. And do you see how it's like just a little bit shimmery, but not too shiny, not metallic or anything like that? It's kind of just like a nice little glow. But of course, we gotta have it fair and balanced. So for every fave that I mention, I'm gonna stick a fail in there because, you know, although NARS got it right with the bronzers, they got it just a pinch wrong with these unfortunate Power Chrome Loose Eye Pigments. These are actually from the same collection, and overall I really did like the collection. However, these Power Chrome pigments are really, really expensive. They're like almost $30 for this little pot, but it's nothing new. It's nothing that I haven't seen before. Moreover, I feel like it's actually kind of difficult to use. The pigments are very, very chunky. They don't really pick up right and they don't really lay right on your eye. So I'm not a fan. I think they're too pricey for what the payoff actually is. They feel not smooth. They feel kind of sandy in my fingers. I don't really get the purpose of them. I mean, yeah, once you blend it out, it's a pretty shimmer, but yo, I can get this from NYX for like $3, honestly. I'm not really impressed. It wasn't my favorite product from them this time around. All right, I'm feeling feisty. I'm gonna cool down for a sec. All right, now let's move on to brows. Nothing new with the brows, just a new brow technique that I learned from Jared Bailey of Benefit, using this Benefit 24-hour brow setter to give myself a laminated brow look, basically coating every single strand of my wolfies, lifting them kind of up, brushing them backwards so that they have all of that product. And then I'm gonna use the paddle side of this brush to literally glue them onto my skin. Okay, brows are lifted and laminated. I'm just gonna add some brush strokes within this brow to just imitate some hairs. Next up, we have some bronzers that I was kind of disappointed in this time around. And I'm talking about the Buxom Staycation Vibes bronzers. This is what they look like. Yup, they came in totally cracked, both of the colors. Brands should probably know why this cracked in shipment. This powder is probably not compatible with this compact, and this was probably told to the brand in the lab. I'm speculating, of course, but this is as far as my knowledge goes. If both of these products came in cracked, that means that the powder is just too soft and it needs a different type of pan. It needs a different type of compact in order for it to work. work. So perhaps Buxom wanted to be really cute with these clear type of compacts. Unfortunately, it did not work for them. This whole product needs to be rethought. So although the colors are nice and the formula was decent, I couldn't get any use out of it because they're cracked, and I have to be so super careful when having these products around. That is a major fail, you guys. That's it. Bottom line, period. Moving along to something a little bit more positive. Speaking of powders, I do have a powder palette of blushes that I've been loving this month, and it's Lunar Beauty's Moon Prism Blush Palette. First of all, gorgeous 3D packaging. Secondly, gorgeous blush shades for all skin tones. Thirdly, great mirror. Hi. Fourthly, I think Manny killed it. I don't know about you. I've really been a fan of blush palettes lately. Hardly ever reach for single blushes, unless of course they're those Fenty cream single blushes. Those are bomb. But imagine those in a palette. Ooh, it will be game over. Hi Fenty, I just gave you $1 million idea. All right, I'm gonna reach for this shade here called Stargaze. Just using this big old Sephora blush, plopping it on, just kind of like hugging my cheekbone here. Oh, and there's a nice little shimmer shade in there. I haven't tried that one yet, actually. So let's go for it. This one is called Soleil. Why do I talk like that? This one's called Soleil. Why? It's called Soleil. Soleil looks like a glazed type of blush highlighter. Very, very, very beautiful and very visible in my monitor, which means that it is probably visible in my camera. I like it. It's time for an eyeshadow palette. I talked about some eye pigments that I didn't love. Let's talk about an eyeshadow that I actually loved. I tried a lot of different eyeshadow palettes this month, but today I just want to talk about one shadow palette that stood out above the rest, and it is the Haus Labs Stupid Love palette. Why? Because it's gorgeous and because I love it. And it was probably my favorite palette for the month. I didn't have any palettes that I hated or didn't like at all, but this was probably in my #1 spot just because it has a lot of different colors and I thought it looked very unique. I did see online that some people were for some reason comparing this palette to Huda Beauty's Mercury Retrograde palette. I did just do a look using that palette in a full face of Huda Beauty products video, so you guys can check it out up here. The reason why I think these two palettes are different is because Huda's to me is very airy, it's very light, it's very ethereal, it's very holographic. This one, on the other hand, is very bold, it's very punchy, it's a little bit more editorial, it's louder colors, and the shimmery shades, although they may look similar to Huda's, the texture is very, very different. I actually like the Mercury Retrograde palette a little bit more, but it is one of my top favorite palettes of all time, period. That one is gonna be like really hard to compete with, but this is a really good palette. And today, instead of going for a really crazy, vibrant look, I wanna do something really soft. I did find that some of the shadows in this palette work better with the primer and some of them work better with just concealer on your lid. So keep that in mind, but that doesn't take away from its quality and it doesn't take away from its versatility. In fact, the different textures may seem at first like it makes the palette difficult to use, but in my humble opinion, I actually think it makes it a little bit more interesting for the makeup artist. What colors are we feeling today with my little scrunchie and with my pastel but semi-neon green top? I'm thinking, let's do a little bit of this 1000 Doves. This is a shade that I didn't use in my Stupid Love video, so let's use that here today. Plopping that to the center of my lid, then just blending out past the lid for some sparkles like that. You see how that just like opened up my eye? Next up, I want to dip into this shade called Light Up. I want to dot that to my tear duct. Boom. Like that is good enough. And next, I'm going to take a clean brush. Hopefully this one is it. I'm going to take an actual clean brush. I'm going to dip into Plastic Doll. I'm going to add that to the outer corner and just pull out. That's all. That's all I'm doing. I like that this shade isn't chalky, although it's pastel-y, but it blends in nicely with your skin. All right, that's it. That's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. Told you I'm going to keep it really easy and very ethereal today. My favorite word, ethereal. Next up, I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm gonna curl my lower lashes too. The next product that I'm gonna talk about is Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. This dual-ended curl and length plus volume mascara. And I'm gonna apply it to my face, but before I give it away, can you guess if this mascara is actually a fave or fail for me? Comment down below. Okay, I won't keep you guessing. This mascara is in a unique category of its own. It's neither a fail nor a fave for me because I'm conflicted once again. The thing that I love about this mascara a lot is how well it works in making my lashes longer and more dramatic. Look at that, just one coat of the curl and length gives me the most fanned out, beautiful looking lashes. Now, I don't have lashes, so for me, this is new. For me, this is different. The fibers in this mascara are so good. They actually stick to your lashes and they lengthen the individual lash hairs in the directions that the lash hairs grow, which to me is a win. However, the part that isn't winning at all is the part that this mascara is unfortunately not waterproof, so it smears and smudges like crazy on me. Now, the reason why it smudges is because I have the type of eye shape in which lashes get caught, and if it's not a waterproof formula, then they smudge, smear, and stain this particular inner corner shape, the epicanthal fold. But I love the results so much that I've actually been able to play around with it and kind of make it work for my eye shape. So one of the things that I learned with this mascara is that I absolutely cannot apply it to the inner portion of my eye or to my lower lash line. Like, no way, Jose. I absolutely must still use a waterproof formula for my lower lash line and for the inner corner, but I am able to make it work and even use the volumizing side on just the outer section of my top lashes. If I do just this, then it stays on all day and it doesn't smear. All right, I am using a waterproof mascara for my inner lashes, also for my lower. That's about as dramatic as I can get in the lower lash line. Oh, Instagram, don't distract me. Where was I? You know how I feel about the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes. Same thing with the Marc Jacobs At Lash Mascara. Another really great formula, but it's not waterproof, so it smears on me, though not as much as Huda Beauty. But for those of you who don't have an issue with mascaras smudging and smearing, if they're not a waterproof formula, then you could probably get away with wearing either one. Okay, next up, I'm gonna line my lips. Okay, so for the lips today, I actually just have one lipstick that I can't say that I hate it. I can't say it's a complete fail, but it's definitely not a fave for me personally because I don't particularly enjoy this type of lipstick category. I'm talking about the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick. So I just got these in the mail maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I did include them in one of my videos where I review and try on a whole bunch of new PR makeup. Off the bat, as soon as I heard the word sheer, as soon as I heard the word shiny, I was just retracting away from this lipstick because I personally don't enjoy shiny sheer lipstick formulas. Because my lips aren't flat and because they aren't bubbly either, they're weird, but they're natural and I don't hate them and I love them. Because of that, these types of lipsticks don't really look flattering on my type of lip shape. I also far prefer for a lipstick to be long wearing so that I don't have to touch it up throughout the day rather than balmy and slippery feeling. Having said that, I'll add another point. This lipstick is actually fairly pigmented in every single shade that I've tested it in. So even this Retro Rose right here. Yes, it's very shiny. Yes, it's somewhat sheer, but it's not as sheer as you would imagine it to be. I actually think that for those of you who love sheer, balmy type of lipsticks, this will absolutely be your fave. So in this video, I'm just trying to be fair and balanced, and I'm not just talking about the things that don't necessarily work for me. I'm trying to be objective, and I know that a lot of people will like this lipstick. In fact, when I tried the color Tang Thang, this beautiful orange, I was pleasantly surprised at how pretty it looked against the skin. Where does this lipstick fall in this video? Is it a fave or is it a fail? It's truly a fave X fail, but I'm not gonna wear it today. Today instead, I'm gonna go for the Lip Bar non-transferable matte liquid lipstick in the shade Man Eater. Now, this isn't a new product. It's a lipstick that I've had for a long time, but I haven't used it in a while. I forgot how good the formula of these liquid lipsticks truly is. And in fact, the Lip Bar was one of the first liquid lipsticks that I've ever tried. I feel like they came out around the same time as Lime Crime liquid lipsticks, but no one talked about the Lip Bar liquid lipsticks as much as they talked about the Lime Crime ones. Don't know why, but the formula is excellent, and I've had these for so many years. They're still super good. Ooh. Last but not least, I want to talk about something that is outside of makeup, and it is Key Australia's latest collaboration with LIZZO. I am absolutely freaking obsessed with their sunglasses. There are so many cool styles that I've literally been wearing every single day to sit outside in my little patio area, warding off my neighbors, you know? And I do have a video on that, of course. You can check it out up here. I would say this style Flex, probably my favorite one. It is just so cute and so girly and so fresh and so current. Makes me feel like a cool girl, but a nice cool girl. I love it. It also comes in this really nice chartreuse shade that may appear like it's neon, but it's not neon, so it's not cheapy looking. This looks expensive. Also really love the glittery style Hold Please with the glitter rim. It's just so cool. Not with this look, but you get the idea. And also this awesome throwback style, kind of like a cycling shade. This one's called Transcend, and it's also just so awesome. I'm gonna cover up my scrunchie. This is the one for today. And that is a wrap of all of my Faves X fails for the month of May, uploading in June. Like I said I was gonna do in my previous video. I'm gonna be uploading these once a month because I wanna talk about all the products that work for me, that don't work for me, that may work for you, that may work for someone else. I wanna be very objective in these videos, and the reason why I wanna do them every month is so that you can be updated on all the latest products. So if you watch all of my Faves X fails videos, then it's basically like a cheat sheet. And I think that these videos might come in very helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this look that I put together using all of my faves, but not my fails. And I love you guys. I am going to zoom on out, check out some of my other videos, and subscribe. Love you guys.